Welcome everyone to David Dudley Outdoors, and today we're at Bugs Island Lake in Virginia, known as Kerr Reservoir, and it sits on the border of Virginia and North Carolina. But what's special about today and the lesson of today is going to be distinguishing bass when you do get bit on a piece of cover. So today we have flooded conditions, we have willow trees, we got buck bushes, sweet gum trees, hardwood trees, lay down trees. There's just so much cover in the water, but yet there is a pattern within a pattern of fishing flooded bushes. And today I'm going to teach you probably the difference in a pre-spawn bite, a post-spawn bite, and a spawning bite. There is a difference, and depending on which cover I get bit on, you can pretty much guess what stage that fish was in. And it's going to help you understand how to fish for these fish more faster in flooded conditions. So let's get started. Mason! Oh, that was awesome.
I seriously thought that was one.
That was so awesome. He come in there between the hardwood trees. Oh, that was so cool. That's a nice one too, boy. That's a big one for bugs, man. Big one. Look at the belly on that thing, man. I want to explain something to these guys right here. All right, very obvious. You got just a huge belly right here. Now, Mason came in between these hardwoods, and that's what I'm telling you. We're in the heat of the spawn. More than likely, this was the female sitting outside of where I keep referring to. Hardwoods are typically spawners. This is where spawning action is going to take place. So could I predict that this was probably a spawner? See how her tail is doesn't have any red marks. Her belly is just fatter than a pig. Nice fish, but I'm going to say this is pre-spawn, getting ready to spawn around the hardwood trees. All right, for example, guys, here is a giant willow tree, okay? Willow tree. Now, within this tree, you have pre or post-spawn bite or a spawn bite. So what I mean by that is this. If I'm flipping these limbs out here, okay, that fish is not spawning. This fish is sunning, hanging out, or whatever. Now, I move back to here and I throw around the trunk of a tree. That fish right there is more than likely a spawner. These fish are pre and post. Now, this is a willow tree example, okay? Within all the cover that we've been fishing today, this is a willow tree example of how one tree can be pre-spawn, post-spawn, and yet spawn. There's 3 stages within one tree. It's pretty cool to know. Now, there's no way to truly tell if the bass that are out up underneath these limbs are, whoa. There's no way to tell just shake it. All right. Now, there's no way to tell if these fish are pre-spawn or post-spawn, but maybe looking at their bellies. But either way, there's 3 stages that could happen in this tree alone, willow tree. There he is. That was pretty cool. Now, that was, if you can see right there, that was at the base of a sweet gum tree. So this one, 2-minute penalty. This one, I can literally say that was a spawner. That's one hardwood tree up there shallow. Now, this bank doesn't have much cover on it. And one thing that you can do is sometimes you can go with banks with less cover and catch a whole lot more. So if you see way back up in here, it's just cover everywhere. And then here it was like one tree, you know, one tree. But no doubt that this one I'm going to claim as spawners. And again, what I'm trying to teach you guys, that I want you to be able to fish fast, but effectively, depending on what stage you're in. So if they're in the heat of the spawn, you're going to concentrate more on hardwoods. If they're post-spawn or pre-spawn, you may be on the outside bushes, not so much these single trees. So pay attention to the cover that you're fishing, and you always can fish faster and more effectively that way. There he is. Oh my gosh. Oh, if I get him out, that's gonna be something. Uh-oh. Yes! Now, if this was a tournament, there's no way I would have got him out. No way. He would have probably jumped and did a million flips and whatever. We got my man who's blind in one eye. Hey, buddy. I see you. No, I don't. I see you. No, I don't. He's been cold before. Somebody using those dumb, whatever, the cold tags. So this one right here, I'm gonna have to say, I don't know. As you can see, this is a pocket with lots of willow trees and whatever. I skipped way back up in there, and that willow tree's trunk goes way back in there. So that trunk goes underneath water and goes beyond that. Even though it wasn't visually around those two limbs, it was down at the trunk. So I'm gonna call him a spawner for sure. Gotta pay attention, guys. Got to pay attention. There he is. Oh boy. Okay, guys. Really cool. Really cool. All right, boy, that's what you call getting bug-eyed on that one. Dang, I hate to see that. He only had it by the tail. All right, so this bite, so you guys can kind of see the pattern right now, distinguishing whether or not you're in pre-spawn or post-spawn. That fish came on a single tree. Again, I'm going to call these spawners. As you can see in this pocket, we got a lot of cover right now. We got single trees all in this pocket. I chose this because it looks like they're in the spawning stage. So this pocket has a lot of single trees. You didn't want it. Oh, little bitty. Oh, he's so cute. Look at that cutie. Look at that cutie pie. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. All right, guys. This is a really cool bite right here. All right, my son just caught that one. But I want to explain something to you. You got a tree. It comes all the way across, okay? You're at the tail end of the pocket, and you got a shade line. I'm gonna have to call that one pre or post spawn. That's not necessarily a spawner. That was just a fish that was just probably up in here getting ready, warming up her eggs, getting ready to spawn. Who knows what that fish was doing, but either way, it was, I'm gonna have to say pre or post spawn, one of the two. Oh, that's so cool, guys. I just looked at Mason, my son, and I said, look, you see that single tree in the shade? Oh my gosh, that's like, uh-oh, he's got you wrapped. And as you can see, let me see that real quick, Mason, the fish. I just want to see. As you can see, this is probably a male, skinny, by the tree. You know, naturally, that right there is probably a spawner. Same thing, male. Actually, Mason, try to throw back air. And I did this the other day, and I probably should do it more often. A lot of times you catch a male right by a tree like that, and I just keep on trucking, but the female could be right there also. So I'm gonna put this dude back. Oh my gosh, I got one. And I'm trying to pick out a backlash. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. That's so funny, man. That sucker was trying to bring it back, and I kept feeling something on my, Dude, you basically just got caught by a fly rod, buddy. Now you tightened up the knot in my pole. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's pretty cool. Get this hook out. You see these two sores, like right here and here? This one is healed. This one has not. That's where he had been laying in the mud all winter long. You can see his tail's beat up, that one. That's pretty cool. We're gonna release him, but that was a bass that had been soaking in the winter all year long. There we go. There's another one. All right, this is really cool, guys. All right, I gotta explain this one to you. This fish that Mason is catching right here right now, as you can see, there's a lay down tree right here at the mouth of the pocket. Man, that's a decent one for this lake too. So as you can see, you got a lay down tree. Now we got willow trees, buck bushes, hardwoods, everything in here. That fish came towards the end of the lay down. Now, when you're in the heat of the spawn, I have to declare that one either pre-spawn or post-spawn. You don't really know. But the one thing about it is he got bit on the end. So one thing we can definitely say is that that fish was not in either spawn stage. Now, if I would have got bit right there underneath the log, lay down tree, way up underneath there where it just comes in the water, that could be a spawner. But because this one came at the end of the tree, I'm gonna have to say pre-spawn. Now, like I said, mentioned in the beginning of the video, we're gonna talk about lay down trees. We're gonna talk about willow trees, buck bushes, hardwoods, and determining what stage fish are the majority in. Now, we haven't caught that many out of bushes yet to tell you, but I'm gonna definitely explain it to you. It's just cool whenever you're around tons of cover, how you can even determine what stage and where they're at with a lot of cover. You can catch a lot of bass once you understand what they're doing. All right, guys. I hope after watching all these fish catches, you guys were able to learn something in the fact that even though we're in the springtime of the year, there's a couple week window where you really don't know what stage they're in. They could be in all three stages. And as you saw today, we were able to distinguish at least what was spawn or pre-spawn or post-spawn fish just by the way they were related, tongue twist, related to cover, okay? And what does this allow you to do? This allows you to fish a lot faster. If you know most of them are pre or post spawn, you could have hit the outside edges of the bushes, lay down trees, overhanging limbs, shade. It allows you to fish faster. Now, if we were in the spawn like we were today, it seemed like the hardwood trees, we were skipping around, the base of the root balls where they were probably spawning, doing their own thing. But this allows you to fish faster. So if you are further along, then what are you going to do? You're going to cover water fishing that part. But today what we learned was, hey, most of them were spawning. It took a slow presentation to get them to bite, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, hit the thumbs up button if you like this. Comment below. I got a lot more content coming at you. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you for all your support. I'm out.